A long time ago, in a small village, there lived a wealthy merchant. He lived with his daughter, who was named Bawang Putih. This merchant's wife had long since passed away. One day, as he came home from traveling, he brought a woman and her daughter along with him. He wanted to marry this woman. So Bawang Putih now had a stepmother and a stepsister named Bawang Merah. When her father went to trade, her stepmother and stepsister treat her like a servant. Bawang Putih did all the work that was ordered by her stepmother. She did all the housework, and if she did something wrong, her stepmother would punish her by not feeding her. Basically, Bawang Putih was tortured by her stepmother and stepsister when her father is not home. Every morning, her stepmother and Bawang Merah would take turns shouting.
Hey, Bawang Putih, wash my clothes.
Bawang Putih would then be called by her stepmother.
Bawang Putih, prepare breakfast now. We are hungry.
Because Bawang Putih worked so hard and was punished harshly, her body became thinner and thinner. One day, her father has returned home and fell ill. He was very ill, and Bawang Putih was very sad because of it. God decided differently. Her father passed away.
Father, don't leave me, Father, please.
While Bawang Putih is crying, her stepmother and Bawang Merah was excited.
Look, Bawang Merah, he is finally died. This property and this house is ours now.
Bawang Putih life was miserable after her father death. Bawang Putih tried to be patient, but sometimes she would cry at night.
Lord, why are they so evil to me?
One day, Bawang Putih went to the river to wash clothes. She was sleepy and hungry. Her body was weak. While washing, Bawang Putih didn't realize that her stepmother's favorite shawl had washed away. When she put all the clothes into the basket, she was surprised to find her stepmother's scarf was not there.
Mother's favorite scarf is gone. Oh no, it's drifting down the river. What should I do? I daren't go home. Mother will scold me.
Finally, Bawang Putih decided to go back down the river to look for her stepmother's scarf. In the middle of the road, she met a farmer who was washing his cow.
Uncle, did you see a red scarf floating down the river?
The farmer nodded and replied,
Red shawl? Oh yes, I saw it. The scarf was taken by an old grandmother who was washing by the river. The old grandmother house is on the mountain.
Bawang Putih immediately hid up the mountain. There, she found a wooden house. Bawang Putih knocked on the door of the house.
Excuse me, Grandma. Did you find my mother's red scarf?
The old grandmother came out of the house and greeted Bawang Putih.
Hi, dear. Let's go in. What's your name? My name is Bawang Putih, Grandma.
The old grandmother will give a red scarf with one condition. Bawang Putih must help her first. Bawang Putih agreed. All day, she helped the grandmother cook, look for firewood, clean the house, and wash clothes. For Bawang Putih, all this work was easy because she was used to doing it. Finally, it was time for Bawang Putih to leave for home. The grandma gave her the shawl.
Bawang Putih, this is the red scarf you are looking for. Oh, I want to give you a gift. A pumpkin for you, because you helped me. Choose which one you like.
On the table, there were both small and large pumpkins. Bawang Putih chose a small pumpkin because she also had to carry a basket full of clothes home.
I choose the small one, Grandma. Okay, take this little pumpkin. But remember, you can't open the pumpkin until you get home. Understand? Well, Grandma, I will do everything you said.
Arriving at home, Bawang Putih was scolded by her stepmother and Bawang Merah.
Where have you been, Bawang Putih? How did you go out without my permission? Forgive me, Mother. I was... Stop, enough, Bawang Putih. We don't need your excuse.
They continued to beat her. Then, they showed the pumpkin broke by Bawang Putih.
Cut the pumpkin and cook it. We are starving because of you.
Bawang Putih took the knife and split the pumpkin. What a surprise! The pumpkin was full of sparkling and expensive jewelry.
Huh? Where did you get the pumpkin?
Bawang Putih then told them everything.
Bawang Putih, you should have chosen a large pumpkin. It would have had more jewelry.
Hearing the words of Bawang Merah, the stepmother finally got the idea.
Looks like I have an idea. Ha 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 ha. The next day, the stepmother and Bawang Merah went to the river. They deliberately washed away the red scarf. Then secretly, they followed the veil as it was washed away. Sure enough, the red scarf was picked up by the old grandmother. The stepmother and Bawang Merah followed the old grandmother who went up the mountain. As they walked, Bawang Merah complained about how far it was.
I'm tired. Let's just go home. Bawang Merah, be patient. Soon, we will get even more jewelry than Bawang Putih. I'm tired, Mom. I said be patient.
Arriving at the old grandmother's house, the stepmother and Bawang Merah knocked on the door. The old grandmother welcomed them warmly. Then, the stepmother and Bawang Merah pretended to be sad and asked about the red scarf.
Mother, did you find my mother's red scarf? Oh, yes. It just so happens that Grandma found it on the river.
Just like Bawang Putih, the new grandmother will give them the show if they help her. The only way to get the pumpkin was to work to help the old grandma, but they still couldn't stop complaining.
I'm tired. If it weren't for the pumpkins, I wouldn't do this. Yes, I'm also tired. Hopefully, there will be even more jewelry inside this pumpkin. Ha 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 ha.
Finally, Bawang Merah and the stepmother finished their work at the old grandmother's house and said goodbye. The old grandmother gave the shawl to Bawang Merah and her mother. On the table, there are two pumpkins, one large and one small.
Choose one pumpkin as a gift from me.
And of course, the stepmother and Bawang Merah chose the largest pumpkin.
Of course, I choose the big one, Grandma. Remember, don't open the pumpkin before you get home. Grandma, that's for sure. We will go home first, Grandma.
Bawang Merah and her mother do not obey the advice of the grandmother. On the way, the stepmother split the big pumpkin. They were impatient to get their hands on the jewelry inside.
Mom, let's just open this pumpkin now. The old grandmother will not know. Yeah, let's open this. I'm also curious.
However, they were in for quite a surprise, because inside the pumpkin were venomous animals such as snakes, scorpions, spiders, and centipedes. They were both bitten by a snake.
Oh, what is this? Where's the jewelry? Why did it have these animals inside? It's hurt. Ow, ow, ouch. Mom, ouch. Ow, what should we do, Mom? I also got bitten.
Because they are still in the middle of the forest, no one came to help them. The stepmother and Bawang Merah died from the snake bite. Their grief brought them to disaster. Meanwhile, Bawang Putih lives happily ever after. The jewelry given by the old grandmother, making her rich. She continued her father's business and enjoyed the fruits of her obedience and kindness.
Moral of the story of Bawang Merah and Bawang Putih is not to behave rude. Treat other people gently, especially to your own family, even they are stepsisters. The value of the story also tells us that it is suggested to the mother to treat their daughter equal, so that among daughters will not have envy feelings or jealousy.